Walker wasn't entirely sure why his heart galloped the way it did, or why he felt like the trees had suddenly grown eyes. All he knew was that Tess had said yes, that Tess had been thinking about him too, that Tess wanted to go out with him. He hadn't felt wanted in a long time. Necessary, sure. Michael needed him at home. Landon needed him on the horse ranch. But needed and wanted were two very different things, as Walker was suddenly keenly aware of. "You sure you're feeling okay?" he asked as they sauntered along the banks of the stream, leaving the crowds back by the parking lot, the stage, and the playground. "I'm tired," Tess confessed. "When's the last time you went to the doctor?" Walker tried to make his voice sound soothing, non-judgmental. They'd talked about her health before. This wasn't anything new. "June," she said. "My scans were all clear." "Ah, yes, I remember," he said. "You made about 100 tacos to celebrate." She nudged him with her shoulder. "I like tacos." "So do I," he said. "But no one needs 100. They all got eaten." She looked at him, and he got lost in her blue-gray eyes for a moment. "This town is really good at celebrating with each other." "It helped that you set up that big table in your driveway." "How many did you eat?" Walker grinned at her. "Probably 6, maybe 8. She laughed, the pretty little sound of it infecting Walker's bloodstream. As if the summer evening wasn't already hot enough, now Walker found himself roasting from the inside out. "I don't suppose they'll have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on the chuck wagon," she said. He stepped with her, the ultra-slow pace almost hard to maintain. "Peanut butter and jelly? I wouldn't think so. Why?" "That's what I want for my final meal," she said. Walker's heart stuttered. "Tess." He stopped and twisted toward her. "Your final meal?" I just... She glanced over his shoulder and then locked her eyes on his. "You're not dying," he said. "We're all dying, Walker." He shook his head, not quite sure what to say. "But tonight's not your final meal." "Probably not." A ghost of a smile wafted across her face. He had the strongest urge to pull her into his chest and hold her tight, so he did. And, oh, holding her felt magical, like she fit against him and should always be there. How he hadn't known this before tonight was a mystery to him. "Do you need to go back to the doctor?" he whispered. She clung to him, a slight tremor traveling through her shoulders. "No, I'm fine. I just spent all day in the sun. I'm just tired." "We don't have to go to dinner," he said. "I'm sure that wood-fire pizza truck will be here tonight. I can grab us something and we can take it back to your house." The thought of spending a more private evening with Tess sent Walker's heart right back to galloping. With her cheek pressed against his chest, he was sure she'd feel it. Sure she'd know of his erratic feelings. He'd spent 5 extra minutes loading the cotton candy machine, coaching himself to not act like a hormonal teenager, but he'd been out of the dating game for so long, he'd forgotten all the rules. Things had changed so much in the past 20 years, he didn't even think the same rules existed. He'd even gone so far as to consider calling Megan, the woman who'd basically gotten him into this mess. Without her, he wouldn't have even been thinking about asking someone out. "Tess?" he asked when she didn't answer. "Pizza or chuck wagon?" "I don't want you to miss the dinner," she said. He pulled back and looked into her face. "They already got my money. It doesn't matter if I go or not." He could read the exhaustion on her face, and if he were being honest, the same tiredness existed in his very soul.